All right, great day, great focus and finish to the week. A lot of communication and happening out there. The guys are excited about this opportunity to play at home, Bank of America Stadium, just looking at them. The guys are talking to each other, holding each other accountable to stuff, working on things, and love the way the direction that this team is going in terms of just the growth and the communication.
Dave, how did Jalen Coker look, and do you feel pretty good about his availability?
He looked great. I think we're still going to have to make a game time decision on that one. But he just took a little bit more each day, and he looked fast. He looked explosive, and we have to make the best decision and combination of guys to help us this week.
And will it be Yash for Moten?
Yes. Yeah. Timo, we couldn't get him turned around quick enough. Did not practice today, so Yash took the reps in the week. He's ready to go.
With the way Prescott is performing and the Cowboys defense kind of rebuilding, has the makings for a shootout. How important is it for Bryce to get off to a good start?
It's important for us to play our version of football, stay balanced, make sure that we're mixing our runs, play actions, and all those things, and execute, for 4 quarters. And it's important for us to come out, start fast, and also just continue to maintain and finish those drives that we've been looking to finish and put it all together.
And Lewis and Christensen, they graded out really well against the Dolphins. What do you expect out of them? Keep Dowdle, keep him going.
Yeah, just the consistency, that group working together and communicating. They have a lot of chemistry that they've been working through for a while, and we're counting on those guys to do it again.
How confident are you? You've talked about the running back situation being a good problem. What sort of week did Rico have, and do you think he can build on last week, or will that be tough with them potentially kind of zoning in on him?
Just looking for him to do the same thing, run with violence, make the most of his opportunities, and we're counting on the whole group, and it starts up front, but we're counting on the tight ends as well, tied into all the things, and then the wide receivers to get their hands on people in the run game. And I just think the energy that Rico brought to how he finished some of those runs, should inspire the whole group. It takes all 11. Let's all come off the ball violently, and it just ties in all those things. When you run the ball aggressively like that, it should help our play-action game come alive.
Looks like you'll be able to get JT back. How big an addition of him to get back in the offense?
Yeah, again, JT is going to be a game-time decision. We had to look at him throughout the week and see what he can handle there. So we're be really excited to get JT back out there when we can, but we got to make sure that it's the right thing for him right now, the right thing for the team, and we'll put our heads together tomorrow and look at all the information, look at the practice film, and just talk to the trainers and everybody, all hands on deck to make that decision.
I know this is a team you faced last year. How much has their defense kind of changed? Obviously, with some of the trades, Micah going, Kenny Clark coming in. What does that front look like now this year?
Well, the structure is similar. It's a 4-down starting point, a 4-3 defense, and with a couple of different players that they've added to their team, some veteran players, and then, of course, Kenny Clark, Dante Fowler. And it's a group that's just figuring out how to play together, and it's very similar to the combination of guys that we've had come in and play as well. So I understand the challenge to get a group to play really good football together, but this is a group that has a lot of good faces and a lot of good names over there, and so I expect their best, and we always do every week, every Sunday. We're playing against pros. We prepared that way, and we're expecting their best.
How encouraging was the pass rush kind of coming to life a bit last week?
Yeah, it was great, and it really, speaks to how we play the run and getting more pass rush opportunities, and the more opportunities we got, the more guys got into their toolbox and got into their technique of the rushes and to see their protection plan and what they were trying to do. So I believe that it's just that complementary football. You got to win first down to get to second and longs, to get to longer third downs where we can get into our blitzes, get into our pass rush combinations.
Following up on the pass rush, Prescott has like a ridiculous 3% sack rate this year. It's been tough to get him down. How cool would it be for Nick to get his first sack against Prescott?
Yeah, it'd be great. And it takes all the guys. It takes the full effort of the group, but also to rush with discipline and to understand that Dak is a mobile quarterback as well, and he can get off the spot and make plays. So we have to be disciplined about how we rush it, but we got to have everything you got every single time. And yeah, can't wait for Nick to get his first sack. But he's been affecting the passer in his opportunities, and that's the goal: is really affect the passer. It helps the entire unit.
You anticipate Taylor being a 1 week deal?
Yeah, I hope so. We're talking about it that way right now. We'll reevaluate him. He'll get treated through the weekend. We'll take a look at it Monday and see what it looks like going forward.
The Mike Jackson injuries, was that new today, the ribs?
That was something that was just kind of lingering on him, and he practiced all week with it, something that he's dealt with in the past, so he's familiar with it. But we felt confident that he'd be able to do his job well, and he didn't miss a rep this week, so we're counting on Mike.
Dave, sorry that we got in here late, but what, and you've probably been asked this, but what's the status of Jalen beyond, like, what's your outlook on him entering the weekend?
Yeah, we're going to make a game time decision, and we dosed him with more plays each day to see how he could handle that, and then we'll make a decision sometime tomorrow or on Sunday, as far as his availability this week.
Canales going to be facing his old team. He's a competitor. He wants to do well. Something you're going to be facing in December when you play Seattle. How much extra do you think you'll put into this game, and will it take away from it at all?
I hope it's never extra. I hope you get everything you got all the time from all of our guys, and they understand that's the expectation. The expectation is that we regard and respect every opportunity to go out there and put great football on film, regardless of who we're playing. It happens to be a lot of coaches that I know on this other side as well. When you have an opportunity to compete against people, it's exciting, but at the same time, you have to be focused on the scheme. We have to be focused on executing our game plan well. I expect Rico to do the same thing. This is run the runs the way they're supposed to be beyond your protection cues and run with violence, and that's always the expectation for our whole group. So, I'm sure we ask that at different times, but we have to approach everyone like this is the greatest opportunity of our lives, this game right here.
A couple more. I know you respect Dallas' defense, but they do have statistically the worst defense in the league. Their offense is the best offense in the league. So how much pressure does that put on your offense to be locked in and take advantage of any opportunity that might exist with their defense, which has been a little bit all over the place this year?
This game's about execution, expecting the guys to go out one play at a time, execute the play, and it's no further than that. Can I get full effort? Can we do our jobs one play after the other? That's the expectation for us as a staff, to execute a game plan and for our players to go out there and play the way we know they're capable of.
Dave, conversely to what Jeff asked, when you know a player and you've coached a player and they are on the other side, is there any advantage in game planning when you know that player well?
There can be. If there's some holes in a player's game that you can try to exploit, you try to use all the information that you have at your disposal, and that's a part of the nature of competition. The beauty of our game is when you have a little bit more information, how can you use that, and at the same time, again, it just comes back to one play at a time and executing, and that's hard enough as it is, in a league where there's a lot of talent.